After Sibylla and their two daughters died during the siege of Acre in 1190, Guy's claim to the throne of Jerusalem became tenuous at best. Now, you might remember that Sibylla was not the rightful heir to the throne. She was the sister of the late King Baldwin and thus had only a claim through her daughters. But with her dead, the throne would go to her closest living relative, her half-sister, Isabella. Now, Isabella was married to Conrad of Montferrat, a powerful baron in her own right. And while she and Conrad would eventually seize the throne, they had to fight for it. The nobility were ready to crown Conrad king, but not if Guy had anything to say about it. He continued to claim that he was the rightful king, despite having no real claim at all. And he even went so far as to seek the support of Richard I of England, who was in the Holy Land at the time. Richard was actually on his way back to England when he heard about the death of Sibylla and the prospect of a powerful Christian ruler in Jerusalem who might be able to help him in his war with France. That's right, Richard was hoping to use the Jerusalem throne as a base of power to conquer France. But first, he needed to get past Guy, who was still clinging to the idea that he was king. In 1192, Richard mediated a meeting between Guy and the barons to try to get them to agree on a successor to Sibylla. But it didn't really work. The barons voted and chose Conrad, but Guy refused to accept the results. He fled to Tyre and raised an army to take back Jerusalem by force. But while he was gone, Isabella and Conrad took the throne. And when Guy realized that he didn't actually have the support of the people, he fled to Acre and surrendered to the Muslims. So much for trying to take over another kingdom to distract from the one you're losing. Richard was furious. Not only had he lost the support of the Jerusalem throne, but now Guy was a prisoner of the very people he'd gone to war with. To make matters worse, the barons hated Guy for what he'd done and forced him to give up his claim to the throne in exchange for his freedom. And that is how Conrad and Isabella took the throne of Jerusalem. They ruled as co-regents, with Conrad taking the title King Conrad I and Isabella taking the title Queen Isabella I. Together they would go on to rule the kingdom of Jerusalem for the next 10 years. If you want to know more about them, there's a video on my channel. Also, big thanks to my supporters for making videos like this possible.